Cooper Douglas here, joined by my team because we're drafting teams tonight for the West Central Cup. NHL playoffs are here. 16 teams are going to compete for a spot in the Stanley Cup final, 8 in each conference. And we have local businesses on board. We got 6 businesses. They're going to fill those 16 spots. Each business is going to come away with a team. They're going to hopefully cheer them on, whether they like them or not. And we're going to have a ton of fun. So the businesses on board, we got Regal Motors in Rosetown, Mainline Chrysler in Rosetown, Mainline Collision Center in Rosetown, DR Technologies out of Provost, and Rona in Macklin. So they're each going to get a randomly selected team. Again, hopefully it's the one they want. Without further ado, let's get to the draft. But first, I actually have a special message from a Saskatchewan Roughrider to open up things.
This is Logan Ferland with your Saskatchewan Roughriders. The West Central Cup draft is now officially open.
All right, we're back. I decided to take off my Oiler hat. Still got the jersey on. Don't want to be too impartial. To be fair, not in the best relationship with the Oilers right now. But we're going to get to that. So could I welcome up the first guest picker here? So how we're gonna do it is someone's gonna pick a business name out of the bucket, then they're gonna pick a puck, and that's gonna be the first selection of the West Central Cup. Okay. What do we got?
Picking Mainline Chrysler.
Mainline Chrysler.
Okay. This one looks like a good one.
The Mainline Chrysler Golden Knights. GM of the Golden Knights is actually Plenty's Kelly McCrimmon. Quite the honor there. New franchise. I think they got a chance this year. All right, what do we got next?
Hey, choosing for
Rona Macklin. Rona Macklin's going to get the league's top seeds. The Avalanche locked up the President's Trophy. They got the league's best title. They got the league best title right now, but they're going to be in for a bit of a second round if they can get through the first. So good job, Rona Macklin. I know you guys were maybe wanting the Oilers being in Macklin, but got a pretty good seat. Who do we got next?
We have Mainline Collision.
Mainline Collision. Okay. Oh, Mainline Collision Stars. That's the second competitor out of the Central there. We'll get to Minnesota, but again, Central Division's very top heavy. One of these 3 teams are going to get through, and they're going to have a pretty good chance.
Regal Motors.
The Regal Motors. The Regal Motors Ducks. How about that? Ducks are a high-scoring team. They snuck back in the playoffs this year. They're going to have to outscore their problems, but they could make a run.
Mainline Chrysler.
Who do we got? The Mainline Chrysler Kings. Hopefully they don't run into the Oilers. The Kings, you know, maybe if they do run into the Oilers, 4th time's a charm. I'm a little bit scared. Like I said, not on the best term with the guys, but anything can happen in the playoffs. They got a new coach, a few new players. Never know.
DR Technologies.
Oh, our only Alberta competitor. What do we got? DR, the Alberta competitor, is going to get the NHL's newest team, the Utah Mammoth. Started out as the Coyotes. They moved to the Utah Hockey Club last year. Now they're the Mammoth, and they're going to be looking to make a mammoth of a run in this year's playoffs.
Mainline Collision.
Mainline Collision back in the swing of things. Oh, Minnesota Wild. Like I said, that Central Division's top heavy. The team that gets through, they're going to have a tough second round matchup, but whoever advances to the 3rd round, definitely look out. And last but not least, out of the West.
Another Mainline Collision.
The Mainline Collision Oilers. I'm really hoping they can get it done this year. I can't wait to watch some playoff hockey. Gonna lose some sleep over it. The Oilers have lost 2 in a row. That's all I got to say. And that does it for the West. We'll move over to the East here. All right, we're back for the East. Got my partial hat back on, and let's draft some more teams. Kevin?
Okay. All right. Who do we got today? Mainline Chrysler.
The Mainline Chrysler.
Yeah, I think so.
The mainline Chrysler Lightning. So in my notes, all I had written down was Corey Perry. For any hockey fans that know, Corey Perry, he's going to the finals. Again. Up next,
Alright. Got mainline collision.
mainline collision.
Oh, there we go.
Philly. The Flyers, I don't know what their playoff drought's at, but I know it's a city starved for playoffs, and hockey's the best sport of playoffs. All of us north of the border can agree. So, mainline collision Flyers, definitely going to be an underdog, but someone to watch for.
DR Technologies.
DR, the Alberta side once again, and they're getting the Buffalo Sabres. Talk about a city starved for hockey success. The Sabres are back in the playoffs after God knows who long, and Buffalo's kind of on fire. I saw a line out the door the other day in a video. They love their hockey, and Buffalo, it's going to be tough in the first round. Hopefully you guys don't get upset, but they got a good team this year.
It's a really good thing you know all this.
Yeah.
A lot of Sports Center watching as a kid.
Mainline Chrysler.
The mainline Chrysler Hurricanes. So Hurricanes, they're prone to making runs. They're a good team, but they haven't won in the Eastern Conference Final the last few years. They've gotten swept. Look for them to, if they can make it, they can get over that hump, and maybe this is the year they win the Stanley Cup again. And last time they beat the Oilers, so
there's that. Mainline collision.
mainline collision. We got the mainline collision Canadiens, the Habitants. I don't know much other French. The Habs, they're a good team this year. It's just, bonjour, bonjour to the playoffs for Montreal. It's really fun to see the red and white back in there, and they don't need another Stanley Cup to add to the total, but if they do, congrats.
Oui. Regal Motors.
Aujourd'hui. The Regal Motors Bruins. So the Bruins are back in the playoffs. They don't got the usual faces, Patrice Bergeron anymore, Brad Marchand. Again, beat my Oilers in the Cup. But they're back. Beantown's back in the playoffs. And again, that's just another hockey-starved city. They love it. So they see if they can make a run this year. It's definitely a storied franchise. Got 2 selections left here.
Mainline Collision.
Mainline Collision Penguins. Another team that's back in the playoffs out of the East. You don't want to count out Sidney Crosby and company. They got a bit of young pieces around them, and Sid's not going to have too many runs left, so maybe this is one he makes count.
And Rona.
One more for Rona. The Rona Ottawa Senators. So Rona was actually maybe hoping for the Flyers. Lori told me that. They like the underdogs over at Rona, and maybe that's why some of them are Flames fans. I mean, they got Cole Reshny coming up the pipeline out of Macklin, so that's probably the biggest reason. But actually, Blair from Mainline Chrysler, he made a bold prediction that the Senators, they're going to be the only Canadian team that comes out of the playoffs this year, out of the first round at least. So definitely something to watch for, and if that does come true, might want to go give Blair a visit and say, how'd you know? And that does it for the East. It's playoffs are starting soon. The first round of playoffs, there's really nothing better. So it's going to be a fun competition to watch. You can follow along on West Central Online. Let's just go through the teams one more time. Maybe. We got the Rona Colorado Avalanche. That's Rona out of Macklin. We got the Mainline Collision Dallas Stars, the Mainline Collision Minnesota Wild, the Mainline Collision Vegas Golden Knights, the Mainline Collision Edmonton Oilers, and the Mainline Chrysler Vegas Golden Knights. That's my bad. Anaheim Ducks, they're going to Regal Motors. DR Technologies got the Mammoth once again, and then Los Angeles Kings might be cut off there, but that is Mainline Chryslers. Moving over to the East, the Buffalo Sabres, that's DR. We got the Mainline Chrysler Tampa Bay Lightning, the Main Collision Montreal Canadiens, Mainline Chrysler Carolina Hurricanes, Mainline Collision Pittsburgh Penguins, Mainline Collision Philadelphia Flyers, Regal Motors Boston Bruins, and the Rona Macklin Ottawa Senators. That does it for the West Central Cup draft. It's going to be a great postseason, and we can't wait to share it all with you. One more thing. The winner's going to take on their very own replica mini Stanley Cup.